All right, so hi. I want to come outside and get some fresh air. And since the sun is shining and it's nice, couple things that we can do with the kids while we're outside. Bring them out here and obviously let them run around and get fresh air. Mine's over on her swing set hollering at me. Um, but a lot of things that we do, I don't get the chance to really teach art outside. And that gets especially hard in spring because we all get that spring fever and we just want to be outside. I just want to take all my classes and do all the art, which is not great in pollen season either because allergies. I'm not just a big sufferer, but the kids are as well. But you know, now that everyone's kind of teaching at home and doing small little things, and even in the summertime, as that approaches and the weather is nicer, you can get the kids outside and do more little just nature walks and allow them to do that. And again, you can work in your art, you can work in your science, you can work in your writing skills with the kids, just kind of explore your own neighborhood, depending on where you live, your own yard. I'm fortunate enough to have a fenced-in yard with my child and our dog, who's also out exploring right now. And so, those things kind of help. And as you explore, if you live on a street where hopefully you don't get a lot of traffic, the street behind me, you're hearing a lot of traffic, but the one in front of our house is rather dead. We do live on a dead-end street, so that doesn't interrupt us quite as much. And she can go out there, we can ride our bike, and, we can look for things, the trees, the leaves, the flowers, and just kind of observe those things. And if, there's things that are safe to pick up, like those things in nature. Please don't pick up trash. Kids, don't do that. Start talking about the texture of the things and how they feel. Start noticing how they look. If you have different leaves, how do they compare and contrast to each other? And not only can they write about it, but you can do a Venn diagram, then they can draw, they can color, and start doing all those other things. You can have your child do an exploration walk, even at their own park, and pick up a few different flowers, or if they find just a little dandelion, your young child is going to be quite happy with that, and have them bring it back to the house and draw it and color it. And by observing these things, they're learning how to pay attention to detail. They're learning how to pay attention to the things around them, and not only does that improve their drawing skills, but that improves their observational skills of, what's going on around them. And really all of us need to be aware of things that are going on around us. So if you practice that stuff early and teach them how to observe and pay attention, they're going to be much better at it as they're adults. And, for older students, we do a lot of life drawing as we're in high school art and college art. So have them pick up some just natural, sticks, flowers, leaves, whatever, and allow them to arrange it and compose it to create some kind of a still life. And, have them pay attention to the overlapping and the value if they want to bring in the house. And if you've got, a flashlight or something, they can do that and create something. Just anything to get our kids outside for a little while and in the fresh air. We're going to need that as we're all cooped. Good God. Just watching her try not to kill herself because she thinks she's an American Ninja Warrior. But, those are the things that we can do, whether the flower's alive or dead. I'm looking at my hydrangea bush, and it's starting to bloom, and half of it's, still left over from what was not alive in the winter. So, it doesn't have to be a flower that's in full bloom. So you don't have to pick, your neighbor's flowers that are blooming and you're getting in trouble. Pick up the things that have already fallen off and are not, alive anymore or whatever, and talk about life cycles, how the flowers bloom and the trees bloom, and go through all that. And that allows for a really great science lesson, stuff that I'm, that much versed in because I'm not the science teacher. But, I know enough to kind of lead my child through all of that and why the trees bloom and, just, and it creates a unique uh, talk for you guys as well about life and the order of things and the nature of things. And we've got birds out building a nest in our front porch too, which is why I'm not sitting out there because I don't need a mama bird pecking at my head, trying to protect her babies that she's going to lay soon in there. So we watch them every spring. They come there and lay a little nest. So, we watch and observe, and she notices when those birds come and start building that new nest. She has now looked to start observing that. So, just get them outside and get them to start paying attention and allow them to draw, write, and read about it. So, just another idea.